Hello and welcome back to the Master League. It's been about a week since I've actually had a chance to record an episode. I've been hosting friends, but man, I've missed it. I haven't gone for a warm-up game or anything like that. We've just gone straight back into the Master League. I haven't played Provo for just over a week, so this could be interesting as we lose connection to the server, which is interesting. But yeah, so 4-2-2-1-1 is a sort of formation using. We were just going to a 4-3-3 wide formation. Seemed to work well towards the back end of the last episode because I've watched it and had to go through it. But today, look at this run. We've got Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and we're in the transfer window, which is why there's rumours that Vitinho could be transferred to Sporting Braga, which is not going to happen. So I'm going to go in. We're going to go to a 4-3-3, and we're going to see what we can pull out of it. But we'll be back in a sec once I've changed the team. Okay, so this is what the new formation is going to look like, a 4-2-1-3 sort of formation with Jack Grealish in the hole. Vitinho will be a second striker, but if he's out of form, we can bring on Soteldo to play as a right wing forward, which is good. We've got a bit of option in the squad now as well. We completed a deal for Weghorst up front, or Weghorst up front. I'm not sure I said that. There'll be lots of comments about my pronunciation of names, but Weghorst is a big giant of a man. He's in to join the club, give us a different option. 197 centimetres. He literally is a target man. Physical contact 91, jump 87, header 85, and he's got a good finish. So if Abraham and Weir isn't really working, he's going to be the man that comes on and gives us that extra option as well. I haven't gone through the team to see who's going to be the starting lineup, so I'll do that just before the game gets underway, and we'll be back for kickoff against Man City. So here we go, and this is how we're going to line up. Jan Sommer in goal, Tuanzebe and Retsos are the back two, Tierney and Lucien Bonnet either side of them, Isobe and Cabezon in the middle, Klassen starting just in front, Andre Green on the left, Vitinho on the right, and Tammy Abraham up top. Man City have Mulic in goal, which is interesting. Company and Manolas as the back two. Mendy and Stones either side of them. Foden, Delph and De Bruyne in the middle. Leroy Sané, Bernardo Silva and Gabriel Jesus start up front for City. Now, City are under obligatory rights that they have to wear their away kit. I just haven't seen it in game, so I really want to see it. So we're actually going to go for a... what should we go for? Let's go for a white. We'll be in our away kit at home, which I know doesn't really make sense, but I really want to see that Man City third kit in the game. So we'll be back for the introductory highlights. So here we are then. We welcome champions Man City to Villa Park. It's going to be a very, very tough game. Probably not the game I would have wanted to come back to after a week away from recording. The videos now will be probably a little bit more fresher. The ones I did previously may have seen a little bit off because I was recording them literally like back to back, or with a day in between, trying to really get them out so you guys had something to watch whilst my friend was here. But let's get this game underway. Abraham back to Isobe as Villa get the game underway, and we'll be back if there's any meaningful highlights in the game. Oh, Man City pressing high and have robbed it. Jesus comes forward, lots of space for Sané. Sané's in, Sommer comes out, and it's 1-0 to Man City straight from the off. And it appears I've completely forgotten how to play this game because that all came from my terrible passing as Leroy Sané cracks in a goal to get Man City underway in this game. And yeah, not the best of starts really for Aston Villa's. I was trying to pass it around the back. David Silva got in there and Jesus laid it off into Sané. Sommer came out. Sané blasted it past him. 1-0 Man City. Not very good for Aston Villa. Klassen looks to run in behind. Glades it off to Abraham. Looks for Klassen again. But he's tackled well by Manolas, and Man City hold on with that. And Davy Klassen just starting to get a good influence on this game. He's a player that could possibly be transferred out because he hasn't really impressed since we've got him in. And Jack Grealish will always get the nod over him in attacking midfield. If it's between the two of them, if they're both on the same form arrows and stuff, it'll always be Jack Grealish. As Man City are working this very well. Kevin De Bruyne over the top to Bernardo Silva, who gets that through to Nzebi's legs into Jesus, who looks to flick that across, and then Aston Villa hold on. They do more than that. They're trying to launch a counter, but Vitinho gives it away. Someone who's, again, this formation of a 4-3-3 doesn't really suit Vitinho, but we're going to try and get him to do it on that sort of wide right midfield spot. But he really prefers to be in behind the striker, as we're actually working this very well here. This is a great little move. Cabezon lays it onto Lucien Bonnet, and we've worked this unbelievably well. We're looking for a runner. Abraham's created a bit of space. Company comes out to meet Lucien Bonnet and then hold on to the ball. Back to Klassen. Now Vitinho's got a bit of space. Thinks in an early cross looking for Abraham. Manolas is there. Comes out to Cabezon who hits it. And that could actually cause more trouble than it was worth because Gabriel Jesus is going to have the pace over Isobe. And Isobe dived in. Sané will get onto that ball over the top. Tuanzebe covers it very well indeed. And back it starts with Aston Villa at the back. Abraham round the corner to Klassen. Klassen feeds Vitinho. Vitinho, great feet. Vitinho shoots. Oh, it's gone in. It wasn't the best of connections, but Vitinho has stuck that in the net with a wonderful, wonderful finish. And he puts it away. And it's their young goalkeeper, Muric, in goal, who didn't have a chance. Klassen, I thought I'd delayed this too long. Absolutely wonderful feet from Vitinho there to do Mendy. And it's curled into the far corner. Maybe we need to test some shots against this young keeper, because that really wasn't that well hit. But Vitinho, I said he might struggle in this formation, but he's pulled out. And look at those feet. Lovely quick feet. Gets onto his favoured left foot. And the keeper actually had no chance. It's in off the inside of the post. And it's 1-1 here at Villa Park. Villa are just starting to get in their stride now. They're not letting Man City breathe and play the passing game they want to. But then when they get the ball, they keep hold of it and are moving it around very well indeed. Vitinho. Back to Cabezon. Back to Vitinho again. Into Lucien Bonnet. Vitinho's given Mendy the run around here. Again, quick feet to get away from his man. Dinks in across, looking for Abraham. Manolas is there to close it down, and Jesus has the pace to beat Asobi to the ball. Abraham looking for the run of Vitinho, who has got in behind. Vitinho's going to just lay this one off, not try his stick on his feet. Ball in, looking for Green, who's beaten in the air. Bonnet gets it back. Nice flick out to Vitinho. Vitinho looking to give Kevin De Bruyne a little feet shuffle. Bonnet picks it up, looks to whip in across in towards Abraham. It's over his head and John Stones gets it away. But Villa are playing very well. After that early goal they conceded, they are really getting back into this. Oh, but Gabriel Jesus has used his pace to get in behind to Anzabi. What a recovery, and then I just booted it out of play. So Stones picks it up, still in the corner from when they had the throw in. Delph puts it into the box. Restos with a good header out. And please, if you are enjoying this series, please do leave a like. The channel is growing. Pretty much every day we're getting new subscribers, which is absolutely great. And I thank you guys so much for that. You know, we're really building a bit of a community here with Football Manager and Pro Evo as well. And the Champ Manager 102 stuff that I'm doing as Vitinho looks to get in again. And he's... Oh, Mendy stood up to him well that time. Cabezon has it. But yeah, and if you want to support the channel more, remember I do have a Patreon account. It's all in the description below. If you want to support me a little bit more, I'm looking to actually buy a green screen with the money that the patrons have already donated. Abraham's there, wins the header! And it's down into the ground, and the keeper couldn't get down there low enough, quick enough. And that is a fabulous goal that gives Aston Villa a 2-1 lead. And this is a wonderful start. Abraham loving the appreciation from the crowd. The Villa fans are there. And Andre Green here laid this out. Kieran Tierney, who's actually been a superb signing for Villa, into Abraham. Great header down. And that is 2-1 Villa. And I am very, very impressed with this. Tierney whipped in a lovely cross. And then Abraham with that's a great header. That is a fantastic header from Tammy Abraham. He has been the life and soul of this team since we've brought him in on loan and then a permanent deal. He is just a goal machine. It's obviously mind games as well, with the Villa management determined to make Man City play in their third kit. They're obviously not used to it. Can't find their passes. As saying I can't find their passes again, I've just kicked it straight out of play. Kit selection mind games. That's what this is. Kit selection mind games, ladies and gentlemen. It's something you'd never thought you'd see in football. Fergie tried it against Southampton for United when he said the grey kit wasn't working. We've gone one level further and put Man City straight into their third kit. We've gone into our away kit, make it very bright in the white shirts, make it hard for Man City to keep up with the dazzling sights of Aston Villa. And it's working a treat. Well, I don't think Man City have liked my comments about making them wear their third kit, because they are now really coming at us. Mendy, oh, he's got around that tackle into Foden, who's tackled well. Lucien Bonnet picks it up from that pass. And Cabezon comes away with that wonderfully well, but that's a great tackle from Mendy. De Bruyne into Jesus. I need to track that run in the middle. He's got it through. It's Phil Foden with a shot. Save from Jan Sommer. Not the best. Jesus is there. And that was just a calamity of errors. Absolutely shocking. Goalkeeping, defending. I've got to learn to just put my foot through it. I really do. And after all that chat about dazzling them with our bright white shirts, it's 2-2. Abraham got into the box but couldn't do anything with it. Back to Green. Sees the run of Klassen. Can he beat Foden in the air? No, he can't. Good defending from the Man City youngster, as Delph is absolutely wiped out by Asobi. That will probably be a yellow card. Yes, it is. That was a rubbish challenge, as we see it here on the replay. Delph brought it down. And then that's just so late. It's just awful. I was trying to go for a pun about late and time, and I couldn't think of one. Just leave me alone. So, half-time, 2-2 between Aston Villa and Man City. Really, we've gifted Man City both their goals, and that's not very good either way, really. We are playing well, though, so we're going to keep the same team and go straight into the second half with no changes. Man City not making any changes either. Let's see how this game unfolds. So here come Man City again. Bernardo Silva with the ball, put under pressure by Tuanzebe, who now needs to get back into his centre-back position, and he does. John Stones comes forward from right back into Jesus, around to Kevin De Bruyne. Good save from Jan Sommer, who wasn't really going to struggle with that slow tempo shot from De Bruyne. But it's the first thing we've seen of the Belgian in the game, really, as Aston Villa now look to launch a counter-attack, and they're coming at them full pace here. Abraham's made a good run in behind. It's Tammy Abraham. He's got Klaassen in the middle. Davy Klaassen sticks it in. It's 3-2. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way as Davy Klaassen is there. He's punching the air with delight. It's a good counter-attack, to be honest. Abraham dropped deep to pick the ball up. Cabezon came forward, slipped it back through to Abraham as company came out. Abraham, unselfish, back to Klaassen, sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Davy Klaassen makes it 3-2 to Aston Villa. And it's looking very good for the villains at the moment. Man City, we're basically Man Citying Man City. It's great. Love it. Keeping possession, hit them on the counter-attack. High press. It's working wonderfully. Oh, it's a great ball over the top. Leroy Sané's into the box. Tries to cut it back. Retsos is there to intercept it. And now come forward. Klaassen loads it up to Vitinho. Vitinho back to Abraham. Abraham back to Klaassen. Looks to go into Vitinho's feet. Abraham looked like he'd moved offside, but Vincent Kompany intercepted it anyway. And Delph lays it up to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus out to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva tries to do a 1-2. Kieran Tierney absolutely wiped him out, but he does still get there. Ball across, intercepted by Tuanzebe. And Aston Villa, as long as we don't gift Man City any more goals, we should win this game. And Villa have worked this well out to Lucien Burnett, who's got a bit of space in the middle. Sees the run of Abraham. Oh, and Kompany just used his experience to get in front of the centre forward. And now Aston Villa are flooding men forward. Bernardo Silva holds on with it. And Isobe's back there covering. And that's the thing. We're stopping Man City from counter-attacking on us. And it's working wonderfully well. Cabezon has put Vitinho in space. Now Kompany might not be able to keep up with the pace of Vitinho. Vitinho, look to dance around him. Kompany doesn't need pace when you can defend with positioning like that. Wonderful work from the experienced Belgian centre-back. And Gabriel Jesus doesn't beat Tuanzebe to the ball, so it means we can recycle it and start again. We're just starting to get some tired legs now. Going to have to look to make some subs as Gabriel Jesus gets the ball into Sané. Sané tries to turn and shoot, but Isobe's there. That's a terrible clearance again. Back to Foden, back to Stones, who gets a lucky deflection. Bernardo Silva will pick this up. Fires from range. It's a terrible shot. And that's not troubling anybody. So as David Silva comes on to replace Phil Foden, and we've put on Weghorst for his debut, replacing Tammy Abraham. He's a little bit tired, so the first thing we'll do is give Weghorst, see if he can win his first header in the air. He doesn't. That's not a good sign, because we've brought him in to be a target man. As Kevin De Bruyne is played through in absolute acres, shoots from range, and that is not very far away at all. The Belgian centre midfielder picked that up in absolute acres of space here. It was a very simple pass through the middle, no one tracking the run. And he had space to run into. Tuanzebe was coming across, but to be fair, I don't think Jan Sommer would save that if it's on target. Gabriel Jesus on the right-hand side lays it low. Bernardo Silva's got acres of space, turns, hits the post. Jesus is there, hits the post again. And Klaassen just tries to put his foot through it. Kevin De Bruyne gets on the way of it. But oh my God, Man City hitting the post twice in quick succession. Cabezon with good pressure. Vitinho up to Weghorst, who should just be able to hold this up. He actually sees a run on the left-hand side of Kieran Tierney. Flicks it out to him. Goes out to Green. Green back to Tierney, into Isobe. Isobe around the corner to Klaassen, who is looking for a 1-2 with Weghorst, but he holds it up. Goes out to Green. John Stones makes a great and absolutely fantastic tackle. Tierney tries to get in there as well, and he can't get there. Tierney will get there first. Into Green, who holds it up. He's got the run of Klaassen, and he was just looking for Tierney to keep that run up, and Tierney dives in. That'll be a foul. That's not a booking. You can't book him for that. It was never a booking. He was going for the ball very clearly. John Stones getting Kieran Tierney getting a talking to. Still 3-2 Villa. Tierney into Isobe. Tierney was caught very late. Klaassen out to Green. He's not really got too many options. Goes back to Tierney into Isobe. Tierney's gone for another run. And now he's got Green in space. And the big striker's in the middle. Green tries to pick him out. It's a pretty poor cross. And I think Green might be getting a bit tired. He is getting a little bit tired. So we'll bring on Agbonlahor to replace Green. One Aston Villa youngster for another as Bernardo Silva picks up a yellow card for that late challenge there. That is horrible. Should be a red, referee. Should be a red. Vitinho will swing this in. Right, I think that's Weghorst at the back post. So we'll try and put a little bit of height, a little bit of power onto it. It's actually gone towards Klaassen, beaten in the air by John Stones. And now Isobe has to make sure he tracks the runs as Gabriel Jesus comes forward with it, put under a bit of pressure from Agbonlahor. The fresh legs of Gabby Agbonlahor. Goes up the line to Gundogan, who's replaced Delph. Up to Bernardo Silva. Stones into David Silva. Looks for the return to Bernardo Silva. Tuanzebe's come out from his centre-back position. Wins the ball well and gets a goal kick. Great defending. Weghorst holds it up, turns, couldn't foot that ball through. He's had a bit of a disappointing first game, to be honest. Actually not won that many headers. Maybe because he's wearing the number 5 shirt. We're going to have to change that, because that is not on at all for a striker. As Sane does keep that in play, but Lucien Bonnet is there to hold on. Klaassen has it. Klaassen can come forward now. A bit of space to run into for David Klaassen. Up to Weghorst. Cabezon's there, looking for a run. Gives it out to Vitinho. Vitinho now against Kompany. Oh, again, look to turn him. Oh, Vincent Kompany's actually fouled him there, apparently. Maybe on obstruction or something. We'll have to see what's this for. Vitinho's asking for a booking. Kompany's apologising. The referee's saying, no, I'm not having any of it. Doesn't need to be booked. Vitinho's really moaning. What was this about? So Vitinho tried to pull out a nice little cutback here. Looks like Kompany got the ball. Nothing wrong with me, but I will take the free kick. So Lucien Bonnet. Just a little one towards the near post. Puts it in. It's actually gone a bit further. But Gundogan's there to get it away. David Silva put under pressure from Cabezon. Tierney will look to get there ahead of Jesus, but can't. And Man City are going to look to break. Jesus was in, but he's gone over towards Sane, who's got the pace against Restos. He's got goal side of him. Restos gets back well to recover. And Sane's forced backwards now into Bernardo Silva. Will stay with this attack. Tries to dink it over the top. Gundogan! Oh, on the volley, and it's fired wide. Wow. Man City are really starting to play now. So Jack Grealish comes on to replace Isobe as Aston Villa just look to freshen some things up in the middle of the park. And straight away, well done Grealish for actually intercepting that pass and slowing the attack down. They look over the top. Tuanzebe will get there. Plays a bit of a dangerous pass across the pace of goal to Retsos. But Aston Villa deal with it well. And then give it away. Straight away. Tierney into Gundogan. Out to Sane. Sane will probably look to turn. We'll actually stop him getting the shot off. Mendy. What a ball through that is to Gabriel Jesus. It's 3-0. You can't give Gabriel Jesus that sort of space. 3-0 with about 5 minutes to go. Mendy with a delightful pass through. This pass from Mendy here was Silva into Sane. He held it up well. We thought we'd dealt with the danger. And then that ball in. And then, wow, that's a great finish from Gabriel Jesus. The defenders are trying to dive in at the last minute. But it is 3-3. And Tierney's giving it away again. Gundogan with another great tackle. All the way it goes back to John Stones. Silva comes forward. Gabriel Jesus is tackled well by Tuanzebe, who then gets it up towards Weghorst. And now there is lots of space. Agbonlahor looks over for Vitinho, who can't win that header, but Klaassen picks it up. And Vitinho's carried on his run. And Vitinho looks to hold it up into Weghorst. Manolas is there. It's going to take us a while, I think, to understand Weghorst's strengths and weaknesses in terms of holding the ball up and what he can do. Grealish isn't fouled. The ref says, well, he is fouled, but the ref says play on. De Bruyne. Referee! That's a horrible tackle from Kevin De Bruyne. And it feels like Man City getting a little bit desperate. Yellow card for the Belgian. Yeah, not a good tackle at all. And I will say, I love being back. But yeah, please do support the channel by liking the video, subscribe, hit the little bell notification if you want to know when I upload a video. But generally it's every day, as Weghorst actually wins that header very well. Vitinho just couldn't flick that on. And we are into the last 30 seconds of the game. We're not. We're into the end of the game. It's 3-3. And that's pretty disappointing. At least they scored a goal that we didn't just gift them. I mean, Benjamin Mendy's pass through to Gabriel Jesus was something of a wonderful goal. And look at that. They actually bossed the second half quite considerably. And 3-0, I'll take that against Man City. It's not a bad result at all. So, welcome back. It's the second game of the episode. It's Chelsea. We are away. And they're lining up with Caballero in goal. Zuma at the back alongside Ake. Azpilicueta and Digne as the fullbacks. Loftus-Cheek, Cabella and Kante in the middle. Pedro, Willian and Giroud as the front three. We have Jan Sommer in goal once again. Tuanzebe and Retsos again at the back four. Munir has to come in at left back because Kieran Tierney picks up a 6-day injury after that last game. Victor Moses comes in at right back for his potential first game on the channel. I can't remember. Cabezon and Grealish and Isobe are the midfield three. Agbonlahor starts on the left. Salteldo starts on the right. And Tammy Abraham keeps his spot up front as Weghorst and Timothy Weir both make the bench. So both teams in their traditional kits. No kit selection mind games in this game today as Chelsea get us underway, and we'll be back if there's anything major to talk about. As here comes Giroud. Giroud lays it into Pedro. Pedro's in on goal. Sommer comes out, and again Villa concede an early goal. This one isn't all of our own making though. It's good midfield play from Chelsea. Pedro's the first goal scorer in the game. It's 1-0 Chelsea. Cabezon up to Abraham. Abraham round to Grealish. Grealish back into Abraham against his former club. It was always going to happen. It's Tammy Abraham with the goal. And it's 1-1 pretty much straight away. Villa, we're not going to lie down and take that sort of goal from Pedro. Abraham sticks this away after some lovely move. Isobe here into Cabezon. Cabezon laid it into Abraham's feet. Lovely flick round the corner. Zuma just had no idea where he went. And Abraham sticks it past Caballero into the bottom corner. 1-1. Giroud then has it, looking back to William. Munir's there to intercept, but that's a terrible pass. And Giroud has it again. Pedro put under pressure by Victor Moses, obviously once of Chelsea as well. So Abraham and Moses up against their old club. And Moses has robbed, I don't know who that was there that he's robbed, but he storms forward with the ball. Abraham has it, gives it back to Moses, looks back to Abraham, but Kante, obviously, who is generally everywhere on a football pitch, gets in for the interception. And Isobe can't beat Giroud in the air. Pedro picks up the knockdown, back to Giroud, up to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek looks infield to Willian, but to Munir. Does very well, and Digne leaves it behind. Now Grealish is there, and there's a big switch on there, and Soteldo's in acres of space. Puts it into Abraham's path, and Caballero makes a great save. That was great counter-attack that from Aston Villa, as Agbonlahor puts Digne under pressure. And Chelsea look very susceptible at the back at the moment. But it's just up to Villa to try and keep them out when they come forward, because that's where they're deadly, with Giroud, Pedro and Willian, as we might see here. But Munir does well to head that back to Sommer. So Munir being encouraged to come forward. Or Mounier, I think I've actually been told that's how I should say it. Abraham lays it back. Grealish is winding up a long-range shot there, but can Chelsea break now? Giroud holds it up. Tuanzebe does well to get a foot on that, and Aston Villa hold on. But Moses comes again. We'll stay with this because it's pretty end-to-end at the moment. As Grealish holds it up, but obviously Kante's there again. Giroud now. We've got to keep our defensive discipline here, as it looks to go into Loftus-Cheek. Grealish gets it. And again, Soteldo's been left in acres of space. And can he bring this down? He does. What a touch that is to bring it down. And he cuts inside of Azpilicueta. Soteldo comes forward, sees the run of Isobe. Isobe into Grealish. Back to Isobe. Can't get the shot off. It's a good bit of defending. And Chelsea hold on. So Willian lays it in. Loftus-Cheek lays it back on. Giroud. He's got Pedro outside of him. Probably should have passed, but Sommer pulls out a good save. Willian got in on the right-hand side with the ball over the top. Just beat Tuanzebe to it. And then cut in field. Ball inside. Flicked to one more to Giroud. He should have laid Pedro in. Got a shot off though, and Jan Sommer makes a good two-handed save to push it past the post. And now Chelsea have the first corner of the game. Mounier at the back post. We'll try and head this away. Giroud meets it. It's over the bar. Mounier just sort of waited for it to hit his head. Giroud with great determination to win that header, but couldn't get it on target for Chelsea. And Aston Villa pretty much in control of this game. It's more than likely going to be Villa scoring than Chelsea, I'll put it that way. Abraham with some good hold-up play to give it out to Mounier. Mounier to Grealish. Grealish to Agbonlahor. Back to Mounier. He's got Isobe in a bit of space. And it goes to Abraham. Back to Soteldo. Isobe lines up a shot. It's blocked. Grealish will keep this alive. Mounier looks to flick it in towards Abraham with the overhead. Just didn't connect with it quite as nice as he should have done. And it goes past the post. But good football from Villa. That was a good block there from Loftus-Cheek from Isobe's shot. Grealish flicks back out. Mounier put it in. Abraham, yeah, just couldn't get his body around it. Good effort though. Still 1-1. Loftus-Cheek looks through to Giroud. He hasn't got that much pace. Restos gets back very well to cut that one out. And now we look to actually launch a counter-attack from that going forward. I don't think we're going to have much chance because Chelsea have got numbers back now. Abraham into Grealish, who's tackled. He's fouled. This is in shooting range. It looks like it could be a little bit far out, but we're going to have someone to have a go. Vitinho's not on. He would be our free kick taker. They've given it to Isobe. I'm going to override the computer and give it to Soteldo. And we're going to go for an effort on goal here. As Soteldo looks to have a hit. It's just past the post. It's hit the back stanchion. Apologies for that commentary. It was just a noise. And I don't know what noise it was that came out of my mouth, but it was just a noise. Soteldo going very, very close there to an effort. And Chelsea are lucky to be drawing at the moment. Isobe comes forward. He's striding forward, the youngster. Lays it off to Cabezon. Goes for it back. Sees the run of Abraham. On his left foot. Shoot. Good save from Caballero. And then it's cleared away. Cabezon should win this header. Does. Into Grealish. Grealish to Isobe. Into Abraham. Back to Grealish, who fancies a shot. Caballero can't hold on to it. And it's... Well, Chelsea could be playing themselves into trouble here. But Caballero gets it away. Although Cabezon wins that header. And it's not over yet. The pressure is relentless. Agbonlahor on the left-hand side. He gets the ball, looks to cut it back, does to Isobe, back to Agbonlahor, who's offside. And that will just give Chelsea some respite. But it's all Villa at the moment. Absolutely all Villa. And just as I say it's all Villa, Chelsea are coming forward. Digne on the right-hand side. Willian's giving him a good run. They play the good 1-2. I mean, he has to come over. Restos is there. He's been a fantastic loan signing as well. Restos on loan from Leverkusen, really showing his class in the back four. So Agbonlahor lays this into Grealish. Grealish comes forward. He's got a bit of space to run into here, Jack Grealish, and he's still going. And he's looking to maybe dink past Ake. It's come to Agbonlahor. Looks to curl one. Forces a great save from Caballero in goal. Old Willie. And, a bit of news. Agbonlahor has scored for the club. He scored in an offline game just before he got into the transfer window. I forgot to mention that. He's got 1 in about 9 appearances, which isn't the best. But he is only a youngster, so we're going to keep giving him his opportunities. As Isobe, Agbonlahor was in a bit of space. Nearly got in front of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, as it's a race between Giroud and Abraham, and Giroud weirdly wins that race. I never thought I'd say that in those two in a race. Willian dances past the challenge. Pedro's a little bit isolated, and Victor Moses takes care of that, and the second one as well. And now we've got a chance to come forward. There's a run there. It's well intercepted by Ake. Isobe strides forward again. Chelsea giving lots of space into Abraham. Abraham lays it back. Grealish couldn't get that shot off first time, and Kante was there to intercept. Chelsea are really dropping deep whenever we get the ball, allowing our midfielders to bring it up. Not really putting us under any pressure, and it's not suiting them very well. But I guess all the time it's 1-1. They're going to be happy at the moment because they know they can nick a goal like this when they chuck men forward. I mean, he has to track that run. Giroud with a shot. Really, again, probably should have passed it as Sommer gets it away. Out to Agbonlahor, who's in space. Great header into the path of Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish comes forward. Just looks to hold up Ake and should have given that ball earlier, and he knows it. The manager knows it. I know it. You know it. But it's 1-1 at half-time. Goals on 4 and 7 minutes. But since then, it's pretty much been all Aston Villa, and nothing's going to change as we go straight into the second half. So an interesting substitution there for Chelsea. Willian goes off and Eden Hazard comes on to replace him. You could see that as them. They might have been resting Hazard for some reason, and they obviously feel like they need him. So on comes Eden Hazard and off goes Willian. And Hazard's looking to get into the action straight away. He's on the right-hand side. Great tackle from Tuanzebe. It does give Chelsea a dangerous throw. Or a throw in a dangerous area, I should probably say. Digne will look to go back, and Munir read that very well. And now Agbonlahor comes forward into Abraham's feet. Grealish has made a good run, and Grealish has carried on that run, and he looks to feed in Abraham, but Ake just got a touch on the ball. Zuma sweeps up well, and Chelsea, they need something to change for them. Aston Villa just sort of need to carry on doing what they're doing, and I reckon they'll get another goal for the Villains. But at the moment, it's Chelsea that come forward. Digne, they're not really lobbing balls into the box for Giroud to try and get on the end of, which is interesting because they're getting into the wide positions but not really using the ball as they get there. So Gary Agbonlahor has got absolute acres. If we could get the ball out to him, which we couldn't, which is a shame. Chelsea hold on. Villa have worked this so well now out to Soteldo. Soteldo comes forward, looks to just hold it up and get other players into play. Cabezon sees the run of Grealish. Grealish into Abraham, round the corner to Agbonlahor. Wasn't the best pass. Abraham gets it again, flicked into Grealish, who just tried to do a cute little back heel, but it got intercepted. And that's the thing. Villa are getting through, but just not being able to get those shooting opportunities off, as Tuanzebe has been drawn well out of position there. And I really do need to pay attention to what I'm doing defensively, as now we need to track that run. It is very... Victor Moses, by the way, has had an outstanding game, as Agbonlahor finds himself in a bit of space. And that's a terrible touch from Grealish. Absolutely shocking. As Hazard looks to get in, as Mounier went walkabout from left back, but luckily Tuanzebe was there to cover. Now Digne throws it into Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek looks to turn. Grealish puts him under pressure. And then we'll just hold this up. Digne, out it goes. Terrible pass. Eden Hazard's not going to keep that in. Throw into Villa. Hazard has it. He's tackled, I think, yeah, very well by Victor Moses, who I've said it before and I'll say it again, is having an absolutely outstanding game. Cabezon lays it into Grealish. Grealish up to Abraham, back to Cabezon. Now, can we feed this through to Soteldo? We can, but not many options. People are really getting tired now. Victor Moses offers an overlap. Abraham's in absolute acres in the middle. There's the header. Where was the marking? That was absolutely terrible. Tammy Abraham with probably the easiest header he'll ever score. And I just couldn't believe that. Well, you can probably tell from the shock in my voice. Soteldo held it up very well, picked out Moses. And look at that marking in the middle. Abraham in absolute acres. Caballero's got no chance from that sort of range with that sort of power. And as it's 2-1, let's see if we can get some fresh legs on, because I imagine our centre midfielders are absolutely dead. Cabezon will be replaced by McGinn. We'll leave it like that for now. Maybe give Weghorst another chance. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to take Gabby off for Weghorst. And we're going to put Weghorst up front and put Abraham on the left wing. just to still give us that little bit of pace out wide. But there we go, 2 substitutions as Weghorst comes on. He's got a man bun. I've signed someone with a man bun. No offence to with man buns, I just can't stand them. Can they build into a game a bit, you know, part of the contract is you've got to get a haircut or something? Because, oh, I've signed someone with a man bun. But here comes Chelsea again, Digne. Has it on the right-hand side, back into Hazard. Great flip round the corner. Loftus-Cheek into the box with a shot. Hit the outside of the post and into the side netting. But unlucky for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Good play from Chelsea as I'm moaning about buying someone with a man bun. But yeah, see a great ball into Hazard. And then Hazard, lovely flick round the corner to see the run of Loftus-Cheek. But I've just realised my room's getting really dark. That'll come out very strange on the camera, I'm sure. As this goes long. Up towards Weghorst again. Who, I mean, didn't even position him for Aston Villa. He feels like he's going to be very, very slow, Weghorst. But that's not what we've brought him in for. But Loftus-Cheek, there's lots of space out here for Azpilicueta into Pedro. Off the underside of the bar. And Moses manages to scramble it away somehow. Now Soteldo comes forward. Grealish has got acres of space to run into there. But he's not going to have the pace because he's too tired. And that is disappointing. As Zuma lays it back to Cabello. And Chelsea, well, give it away very poorly. Abraham into Grealish. Back to Abraham. He's just going to have to hold this up. Wins a foul. Yes, he does. Right, let's see if we can find the big man who's just come on with this. Cabella picks up a yellow card for his troubles, as that was a very blatant foul. So we've got control of Weghorst in the middle. We're going to try and make him do a run. He swings it in. Didn't time his run. I still haven't mastered those sort of free kicks, so we'll keep trying with them and see how they go. As Moses looks to put this down the line to Soteldo. Soteldo dinks it in. Weghorst couldn't get there. Comes out to Grealish with a shot. Not the best body technique or body position there from Jack Grealish. Made that shot awkward. Hazard. That was a lovely touch. That was a ludicrously unneeded but lovely touch. If you didn't see it, go and rewind it. I'll tell you what, there's no trouble out there. Let's watch that again because that was beautiful. I mean, is it necessary? No. Is it good? Yes, it certainly is. I mean, it's just unnecessary, isn't it? Absolutely unnecessary from the Belgian there. But yeah, what can you do? We'll take a screenshot of that. I think that might even be the title. I mean, brought it down very well. Could have just controlled it normally, but knew he had time and space. Brought it down, and they've brought on Mohamed Sacco. They've got a very weird team, this Chelsea team. Oh, they've kept that in as well. Loftus-Cheek, back heel to Pedro. Chelsea are really chucking men forward. Sacco looks over the top towards Loftus-Cheek. Mune's got to hold this up, and he does. And now they've sent a lot of people forward. Bloody N'Golo Kante is absolutely everywhere. It's so annoying. Giroud has got the wrong side, and he's fired that in, and it's 2-2. And the attractive Frenchman, I'll say it, I'll admit it, the attractive Frenchman has made this 1-1. 2-2. What am I on about? I'm losing my plot. 2-2, and it's all because Kante got there first. N'Golo Kante. And it's a deflection on the cross. Giroud reacts quickly. Sommer couldn't keep it out. Oh, and I've signed someone with a man bun. That's what this all boils down to, I think. We need to get some more fresh legs on. I mean, look at this. Absolutely shattered. Oh, wow. What are we going to do here? Let's push Retsos into midfield and we'll bring on Bisejevic for his debut. The youngster. We just can't afford to have both centre fielders so tired in there. But here he comes. Bisejevic on for his debut. The youngster. The crowd will be excited to see him. 2-2 though. I mean, we haven't really been try that again. We haven't really been under any trouble, and it's annoying to say that as McGinn picks up the ball. He's not done too much since he's come on. Tuanzebe out to Mounier, waiting for a run from someone. He's got it from Retsos, the normal centre-back, but it's a terrible pass. And now Chelsea are going to look to break again as Giroud has got Hazard in space. As Mounier got the stamina and pace to get back. Well, he's back in position now as Sacco, who appears to have come on at right back, which is interesting in itself. Hazard lays it into Loftus-Cheek. Bisejevic, the youngster. Nice bit of composure there to play it out from the back. Retsos into Grealish. Grealish back to Retsos. Up to Weghorst. Nice flick round the corner. And Grealish comes forward with it. And now Weghorst is in acres of space. Lays it back to Grealish. Oh, bloody N'Golo bloody Kante. Doing my nutting if you hadn't have realised. McGinn can't beat Giroud to the ball. Why is Giroud quicker than all my players to the ball? Loftus-Cheek's through on goal. Oh my god, he's held that up really well, but he's gone backwards. Lays it into... What is it about playing Chelsea that I always lose in like the last minute? And it's always bloody Olivier Giroud. Loftus-Cheek, I thought he had ruined this moment. I slid in there. He could have laid it off sideways. Cut back into Giroud. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful finish from Olivier Giroud. Loftus-Cheek comes off to replace by Mbenza. And we've got to up this now. We really do. I mean, 7 minutes we've got to get a goal. And our main trouble is bypassing N'Golo Kante, as Victor Moses has it. He doesn't deserve to be on the losing team. He's having a great performance. Pedro, up it goes to Grealish, into Weghorst. Weghorst will just lay this off to McGinn. Back heel into Soteldo. Soteldo looks to give it to Moses. And again, the marking's absolutely terrible. Weghorst couldn't get his head on it. Have I bought a fucking a bloody Andy Carroll? Oh my god, what's happening here? We've chucked so many men forward. Pedro comes forward, holds it up. We get men back. Now Cabela's got an overlap. Giroud, little bit of shimmy with his feet. Pedro, okay, we seem to have slowed the stem of that attack there, as Moses is back now to mark Pedro. Working as well. Pedro, ball in. Bisejevic should get there. Does. Oh my god. I've even tried to put my foot through that with Bisejevic, and oh, it's a capitulation. I've got so many possible bloody titles I could use for this episode now. Oh my word, right. I don't know, maybe the chemistry has just collapsed or I've made all the changes, or the teamwork or whatever it's called in PES. But man, do we need some changes here. Right, Moses into Grealish, round the corner to Weghorst, holds on to it to McGinn, back out to Moses. Moses tries to put it in. Oh, and Weghorst, brave. It was brave, but he didn't get there. And Caballero will now chuck this out. 2 minutes of injury time. It was so comfortable. It was so comfortable. And we've just absolutely thrown that away. The only thing I could think of is that we sign Olivier Giroud, because he's pissing me right off with how much of an impact he makes in these games. 4-2 loss. A 4-2 loss from playing so well at 2-2. And even getting the lead. Oh, awful. Awful. It's tumbled us down the table a bit to 11th, as well as we drop out of the positions we need to be in to placate the chairman's happiness. Vitinho's learnt the flip-flap, which is good. He was having fun beating players anyway. But we'll leave that episode there. We'll be back for the next game. I don't know if we'll be back for that game against Arsenal, because it's a bit soon. I want to... Yeah, why not? We'll do Arsenal and the rest of the transfer window. See if anything interesting happens. But thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure, as it always is. I love doing this series. Love the channel at the moment, the direction it's going in, all your support. Please do support me on Patreon. I've got a bet with one of my Patreons, one of the followers, Gio. And I'm going to go with it. Gio... No, I'm not. I'm going to do it in the next episode. It's a teaser. I'm going to do it in the next episode as a teaser. We'll see if I gain another Patreon by pronouncing his name correctly. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a comment in the video of anything you want to talk about or anything like that. If you want to know more about my life in Singapore, give me a follow on Patreon and on Twitter. I do post pictures on there. Patreon, they get an insight into my life in Singapore a little bit. And they're getting updates for the channel about what things are coming in the future before anybody else. So if you're interested in that, please do sign up to Patreon. If you can't do it straight up the money, that's fine. Just let me know on Twitter that you're really enjoying the series and in the comments on this video. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.